This is Martin Edwards signing on for me underscore so underscore healthy, or me so healthy for short and sweet. And today I wanted to talk about something that I've discovered just recently. As everything, when you see on the internet regarding health and what it could possibly do for your health, benefit wise, you'll get a write up about a product and it will be the most amazing new thing ever discovered, as ever. Well, this is something that I've discovered recently and I believe it might help me, and I do hope it helps a lot of other people. I found it online doing a Google search looking into detoxing, bowel cleansing and IBS, which is something I've been diagnosed with. And the funny thing about IBS is that nobody really knows what causes it, so they just give it an umbrella name, irritable bowel syndrome. But it could be lots of underlying things that might be causing it. And I'm one of those people, I like to find out why. You know, when I was younger, I was a healthy, fit guy. Every sport there was, I gave it a go and I threw myself into it 100%. People who are interested in seeking alternative medicines, the holistic approach, problems that they might be having regarding just general well-being really. This is the stuff. So this is called DE for short. Really important that it's food grade that you get, obviously, because it is also used for pest control, and obviously that's not the kind that you can ingest, so make sure it's food grade. Now, Diatomaceous Earth, it's a silica which is an important component in the human body. It's good for cartilage, ligaments and the, if I can pronounce this right, musculature. I did get that right, it wasn't even a difficult word. What it does when you ingest it is that it helps to remove things from the intestines, food that may have been there for maybe even years and festers inside. So basically it's a cleanser. It promotes good digestion and bowel movement. Of course, when you are taking something like this, you're going to experience detox symptoms, so just be aware. And I'll cover that a little bit later. So because it's human grade and is silica, which can be naturally found in the human body, it promotes good skin, healthy hair, which is good because I'm going grey, so might even bring back the colour, I don't know, and strong nails as well, and reduces ligament pain. One of the other reasons that it was attracted, or I was attracted to it, and it is hopefully attracted to me as well. Hopefully it's a symbiotic thing we've got going on. But yeah, I have been experiencing some ligament pain, especially my neck as well. Really strangely, it cracks all the time, all day. It's really weird. It's not painful at all, but it does crack. And just generally, because I've started going to the gym and I'm getting older, I'm going to be expecting some ligament discomfort, and I currently do get it in my knee. In my left knee. I reckon it's probably due to me driving and just the clutch action. Maybe my sitting position in the car isn't perfect, but I do find myself overextending my leg and the need to crack my knee. It's not painful, it's just frustrating, a bit annoying. People also use DE externally as well. You can use it as a face scrub. People brush their teeth with it as well, and apparently, you know, it's really good at doing that. I use it internally, but maybe somewhere down the line I'll actually use it externally as well. Maybe get the lashes a little bit cleaner and whiter. So like I said, it's naturally occurring. It's what it is, a soft sedimentary rock that's crumbled into a fine powder, and it's derived from fossilized remains of diatoms, which is basically like a major group of microalgae. Under a microscope, they're actually tiny little porous elements that are quite sharp, actually. But I mean, they're ground down. I mean, it's ground down to a fine dust. But under a microscope, you can see that those dust particles, when zoomed up, are actually quite sharp, and lots of edges to them. And that's really one of the things that actually does help scrub your intestines and colon of anything that you might want to expel, basically. So it's good at removing debris from your insides. A healthy inside really makes you a healthier person. They said that your head is connected to your stomach and vice versa. Well, if you don't feel well in your head, it might very well have something to do with the stomach. I'm not a doctor, but there's lots of evidence to point to that. Holistic wise, I'm going to go in that direction, seeing as a pharmaceutical opposite way of looking at the whole holistic approach to things, I haven't got very much faith in, to be honest. So it's a fine dust, but because I said it is sharp, it's not round, it's not soft, even though the powder itself obviously is soft when it's a powder. It's recommended that you don't inhale. So and it's funny because when I first bought it, and I've had this now, I've been taking it now for about 2 weeks. I wasn't even aware of this. I hadn't done my full research about it, which isn't very clever. I knew about the health benefits, but the inhaling thing I wasn't very clued up. So I may have like instinctively just sort of like a quick little, what does it smell like sort of thing before you actually ingest it. But don't inhale. And I can say thankfully that I haven't readily inhaled any of it, but that's fine because there are some things that you would take one way but wouldn't take another way naturally anyway. You know, you would drink water but you wouldn't inhale water, so not inside your lungs. So yeah, it kind of makes sense where just don't inhale powder that's not meant to be used for anything else but taken through the mouth. To drink it, it just tastes a bit chalky. I don't take it alone, I take it with other things, but I mean I could just take it in water, neck it, fine, doesn't taste of anything. When you are being very selective about your diet, then you do find that a lot of rich sweet foods, your palate really does mature when you take those out of your diet for a good while, and so you find that most tastes are actually quite tolerable. You just have to get used to them. It's like kids who really don't enjoy eating vegetables. You know, vegetables compared to a chocolate bar, hands down, chocolate bar all the time. But you know, if you wean yourself off the chocolate bar, sugar, glucose, all that refined carbohydrate, then you will then appreciate a lot more foods in the world, and you'll find that your tolerance levels for different kinds of foods will surprise you, and you can then appreciate a lot of different flavours and tastes out there. And the ones that don't particularly taste of anything, you can tolerate those a lot easier than those people who've got a compromised palate and, you know, don't even enjoy the taste of water. This is ridiculous. And yet some people can't stand water because it tastes horrible. Water has no taste. Don't make me go down that route, I'll get frustrated. Anyway, the thing about the powder itself is that it's a negatively charged substance. It pulls out all the positively charged cells out of your body. Now, apparently the body is naturally negative in charge, so anything positive really shouldn't be in your body. And so what this does is draw out those positive elements, cells such as cancer, allegedly. This is all allegedly. But it pulls out cancer cells out of the body in some way, shape or form. It pulls out anything that's positively charged, such as cancer, allegedly, and bad bacteria and organisms such as parasites, because they're all positively charged. So it pulls them out as well, apparently. Interestingly enough, what I read also is that because, and I'm going back to the under the microscope, very fine, and you'll see that it's porous and sharp. Is that what it does is it actually shreds parasites. You know, they're just like they're worms, like earthworms basically, in different shapes or sizes, but how soft and then how permeable they are. And so by ingesting this stuff, which they will do because they ingest anything in your body, because you know they're scavengers basically, and they'll eat from you, take food off your plate if you like internally, and leave you with the bare minimum just so you can function. They'll eat anything, they're scavengers. They'll ingest DE with any other food that enters the body, and what they're doing in essence is killing themselves by doing that. And I love the sound of that. So if I do have any parasites, be gone. You've been warned. On YouTube I saw a video clip of I'll see if I can find the information for you, but there is an experiment made with a cockroach in a clear box, and the box has been filled with some DE. I don't know if it's food grade. Probably not. It's probably the industrial side of what this stuff is. But still, it would generally work the same way. It's still powder. You know, it was still ground down finely, just not for, you know, not for ingesting. I assume it was the industrial grade, and the cockroach was attracting this powder onto its body. I don't know how that worked. Maybe it in itself is positively charged. I don't know. And what it was doing for its entire time in this box was trying to clean itself, clean its body as much as well as it could, and eventually it just died. What DE did was it compromised its hard shell, so its exterior. It eventually just sort of wore it down, if you like, and just made it very vulnerable. And I guess, you know, it probably just it died due to, you know, severe abrasions or something. I don't know. I just sort of watched it cleaning itself, and by the end it was on its back. But I think it was within like a probably like a matter of, I don't know, an hour, two maybe, and it had died. So powerful stuff, because as you know, there are certain creepy crawlies on this planet that will survive most things, even a nuclear fallout, and cockroaches are one of them. So they're tough. They're tough, but this stuff killed it within, I don't know exactly how long it was, a matter of hours, I'm sure. So yeah, it works. So it improves well-being, not for cockroaches, but of course when you're going to scrub anything out of your body, there will be a detox period. This isn't the only thing that I take in order to detox, but it's one of the most recent things that I've been taking. I've been taking it now for a little over 2 weeks. The reason I'm making a video today is because I'm actually going to give myself a break, because I believe I have been suffering from dire symptoms. But on the plus side, stomach symptoms, I'm practically no. Do I be as bold as to say practically non-existent? That's a bit bold. They've reduced by, let's say, percentage-wise, 70%, which is a huge difference in the space of about 2 weeks or so. Like I said though, it's not the only thing I take. I've recently started taking high doses of vitamin C, which obviously is a laxative and cleans you out as well, and I believe that helps. But this is also a bowel cleanser too. Works in a different way. It's not a natural laxative, but what it does is it draws negative things to it, and then when you obviously go to the toilet, you pass it. I'm going to put this down as to one of the contributors to my improved gut health. So yeah, now this one I got online. It's by a company called Food Purer. I can't remember exactly how much it cost, but it was pretty cheap. Found it on, I think it was Amazon. This says, because I did my research, I did find out the type I should get and the quality. And this does say natural 100% product. This is a 500-gram bag, freshwater food grade. It does say on the packet as well, which is obviously something that attracted me to it, shown to reduce blood cholesterol. What I've learned about cholesterol is that it can be hereditary, and I was tested last year for my cholesterol levels that were found to be high as well, so this might very well help that too. It's totally organic, it's rich in natural silica, absorbs poisons and destructive substances within the body, and offers an alternative method for detoxing, and naturally keeps the gut and intestines clear. Taken daily keeps bowels clean. So I have been taking it daily. I've been taking about 10 grams a day. It was originally 5. On the second week I upped it to 10, and now I'm going to give it a break and then come back to it. Because these are natural substances, natural supplements, it's best then to give them a break after a while, because then the effects can be appreciated once again, it's not like a drug, a pharmaceutical drug. These holistic medicines, what they are a natural occurring element, and like anything that's naturally occurring, too much of it is not going to be good for you, and also it's not going to have the same effect as it did when you first took it. Eventually you would up the dose when your body becomes more tolerant, but I don't always believe in upping the dose too much of any one thing. I believe it might be an idea to up it slightly, then take a break, and then start again once your body's actually then normalised somewhat, so that your body never actually gets used, or whatever it is that you're trying to fight off never actually gets used to what it is that you're trying to fight it with. And so you're always sort of keeping it on guard, and that can compromise a lot of things in your body that don't belong. And so I find that works. I stick with that testament, and I will continue to take something for an agreed period of time, and then take maybe 10 days break, and then come back to it again, and that will shock the system into continue what it is that I started in the first place, from another clean, fresh slate. I'm not an expert. I'm not telling people to buy this particular product, or I'm not telling anybody that it's a miracle cure for anything. I know what it's been doing for me. I stand by it so far, and if this video has helped anybody, then great, I'm glad. Because it can be a bit of a lonely road when you've been ill for a long time yet not been diagnosed with anything. It's a bit disconcerting. You sort of don't know when then you can plan ahead, because you're still stuck in this rut of actually trying to get better so that you can start your life. That's kind of how it feels, and it's not a nice feeling. You can actually put your life on hold, but it's always important to push forward. So I don't normally talk this long. So yeah, one of my many video blogs. I should have bought a glass of water, and I don't have any. I hope this helps. I believe it's helping me. Anybody else out there with any experience taking DE, let me know. Very interesting finding out what your results are. Share and share alike. The only way we're gonna heal ourselves is by working together. Until next time, me so healthy signing off. Take care of yourselves and everybody else out there who is important enough to give a shit about.